Welcome to The Switch. Today we have a great show lined up for you. Even got so good that we got an extended feature of Shots Fired for you on this episode. So much in store for you, you just got to keep it locked right here. DBTV.com and The Switch.
We bring the fresh and the new vibe, yeah. Every week we be going live, yeah. We on, and I just wanna tell you to come join us. Welcome to The Switch. Don't need to let it go, and you can get comfortable. Welcome to The Switch. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. So sad they have to think. Everybody wants to rule. Everybody wants to rule. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Welcome to The Switch. It's time for another round of Shots Fired. Of course, joined by my girl Kiki, Nikki, and Tim. Of course, this week I want to tackle some relationship issues because you guys always got some interesting outlooks on some things. And of course, this one right here likes to show out. So we're going to talk about the whole take on Cardi B and her latest interview with People Magazine, basically regarding the rumors of her boyfriend, Offset from the Migos, cheating. Now, she feels that everybody cheats. There's no such thing as monogamy anymore, and everybody forgives in a different way. I think this generation has it twisted just a little bit because nobody is like our grandparents per se. Do you feel in this day and age that relationships just take on a whole different meaning than they did back in the day?
You look like you.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't believe in cheating. Every time I hear about it, every time I talk to my friends, it blows my mind when people go, "Oh, I can forgive that." I'm a very forgiving man. I forgive everything. But cheating is one of those things that, listen, you can lie and we can probably talk about it, but cheating is like, we're adults. If you want to cheat, tell me, look, let's break up or let's see other people. But to go cheat, that means you hold no disregard for my passion or my love. So goodbye.
Yeah, and see, this is my thing because I thought about it and I actually had a conversation with my partner about it. And this is my thing. A lot of people have that attitude about relationships, like, oh, everybody's gonna cheat, so you might as well stay with the person you're comfortable with. And this is my thing. If you could 100% guarantee me that every man I'm going to be with is going to cheat, then I want a whole new man after he cheats. Then, if everybody gonna cheat, it's just like with shoes and toys. When they, eventually they're gonna fall apart.
Right.
You just gonna keep the same broken toy once it falls apart? No, I was the type of kid when it was broke, I wanted a new toy. I wanted a new Barbie.
She had money.
So I want a different one, and that's how I am with relationships. I don't think that. Let me make that clear. I don't think that everybody cheats. But if that were the case and everybody was going to cheat, I might as well, for one, be single, or just go and do my own thing. Why be in a monogamous relationship with somebody who's going to sleep with somebody else? I just wouldn't do it.
Without
I
your
would move on.
knowledge.
Right. If that was right.
We're not
if
talking
that
about
was
trust
the
and
case.
communication.
Right.
Then
If that was the case, I just wouldn't be in a relationship.
true.
Yeah, that I agree. I wouldn't be in a relationship if I feel like I gotta still go out and find other stuff to do.
Oh, to do.
What you doing or who you
Other
doing?
stuff to do.
All right.
So I might as well just say, hey, I'm dating. I'm just dating. I mean, I don't necessarily have to be
landscape of dating is all
sleeping
different
with
now.
them all, but I just might want to go out and have a
And
drink.
do what you want to do. Right?
But that's being an adult. And like I tell everybody, if you have that honest communication,
Right.
if you can talk to me and we can communicate, let's go out there and have sex in the elevator in broad daylight if we're talking about it. But if you aren't communicating and I find you in the elevator with somebody,
Right.
But see, that's one thing I got, like, my whole hesitation about jumping in relationships, period. Like, I just don't go there for the simple fact that I know there's a sad end to. That's how I go
That's
into.
how you know.
That's how I go.
Did you say
that's
you
how I go.
know?
That's how I go into looking into
Okay.
the situation. Like, and don't blame it on the fact that I listen to a lot of sad R&B music.
Right.
there's
But
nothing wrong with that.
I go into the situation like, okay, everything is shiny and happy now, but
It's not gonna be.
3, 4, 5
But that's
months down
not
the
the
road.
case. And then back to the example I used with like shoes or toys. There's some clothes I have that I've had since high school
That
and
you don't
they
wanna
fell
give
apart yet, and
Right.
I ain't getting rid of them.
Because you take
As
care
long
of
as
it.
I can fit them, because I take care of it, it did not fall apart.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. But
Communication.
exactly. You know, if you have something of quality,
Yeah.
then it's not going to fall apart.
Yeah.
But I think that for one, women particularly going into a relationship like, oh, I know he gonna cheat, I might as well. You giving the green light for that, and to me, that's an indicator of a lack of self-respect.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
why
like
don't
you
you
said.
think highly enough for yourself to say he has to be faithful only to me?
Well, another thing, in those entertainment relationships, though,
That's it.
there's a money situation that's
And
there
you know what? It's
just as
probably
well.
way more
And
about
that's why
money.
it would be
Probably
about money for
way
me
more
because
about
I'm
money.
not.
It's a business
I
thing.
wouldn't be with. Say a superstar like Michael Jordan or whatever, somebody really big, and I'm not gonna leave all my stuff. I'm gonna be leaving him. Now we might make a decision that I'm gonna be here, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, but we're not gonna separate. I'm not gonna get rid of my things.
But
I'm not going back down to
even
another
with
lifestyle.
that, that's what I was
just
gonna say. Even with
because-
that
just
attitude,
because
like
you
with
wanna
shows
run
like
around and do
basketball.
what you want to do.
I'm sorry. With that attitude with shows like Basketball Wives, The Real Housewives, all of those franchises, those women have made careers out of hopping from man to man to man, rich man to rich. You know how many rich men there are, so why stay with one that's gonna mistreat you if it's about money? You can have a whole nother rich man, and
Right.
he could still treat you right.
Yeah,
and if
but
he
And
don't,
then lies the problem.
Sometimes
That's the problem.
Okay,
You're
another
dating.
example. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
Why
Yeah,
don't you just
that's
date
it.
an ancient
Exactly.
being? I'm so
Exactly.
serious. Like I feel
Don't
you.
date devil.
Like I feel you. Just don't date the devil. That's how it was with this
Right.
election.
I'm
They were
not
like,
saying
oh,
that I do
no,
this.
No, no.
I'm just giving another
Right.
point of
No,
view.
it's-
I'm playing
But
devil's
you have,
advocate.
that's the point of view that most people have about
Like
it.
I'm a hopeless romantic, like you said. I love
Yeah.
90s R&B as well, but I always lean in. I give everybody an A when we start a relationship. It's up to you to keep the A. When you fail, you dead to me. Like there's no backseats. I'm forgiving to a point. I'll forgive indiscretions, but not cheating. Like, oh, you was late for work, or you missed the gym, or you didn't cook, or I cleaned up today and you didn't. Like those are things that humans go through, but you let a whole nother man fall into you.
Right, that's what I was
Oh.
thinking.
Into.
Like you made all that to try to
I think
Just say,
that once
fall,
it
fall
gets to the point
into
of
you.
like,
Just nasty.
Yeah.
and that's my issue.
once it becomes physical, I think that that's a line that you
Ooh.
really can't.
Now,
I'm all on the emotional cheating. Like, don't be texting my homie, or don't, like, if I'm texting a girl, or if we always going to the movies, why am I going to the movies with my woman? Why am I going to the movies
Yeah.
with my homegirl? Why am I going shopping or going to, I'm having drinks with my homegirl?
I don't do that either. See, I don't believe in that either. The
See,
way
all my
that-
friends are women, so my girlfriends
I
have
don't.
to understand.
I don't, because I feel like even now with you having friends that are women, and I've been in a situation where you had friends that were women, but just like when you have a dog, right, and you treat that dog as your baby, when you have a baby, that dog becomes a dog. It's a dog, and you take care of your baby
Okay.
now. That's how I feel.
Dogs are dogs to
Once
me,
I'm-
regardless. I'm a cat.
But there are people who are like that. They treat your dog, oh, this is my
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
But when you have your own actual
Like,
baby,
no,
you
this
change
is
the
a dog.
dynamics
I
of
feel
the
you.
relationship.
Right.
And that's
Which
how
is
it
what
is with
should
men.
happen.
Once you have a woman, that dog is a dog.
Exactly. I
Okay,
don't
so
date
you
for
don't
that
need to
reason
take
because once I
people.
start dating,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna have to
getting
cut off a
rid
lot
of
of
my
friends.
friends.
Not get rid of, but see, my dynamic, like, now real talk, like, I have sleepovers, all my homegirls I'm close to, and so when they have boyfriends or they get married, I'm like,
Yes.
okay, the dynamic changes.
Wait, is this like pillow fight in our jammies?
Oh, when I lived in Vegas, I had like 13 people that would just come over and we would just have like, watch movies. You tried it.
I'm just saying.
You just don't know.
We would PC it with my friends. I would always PC it with my friends. Now, what happened at my house other than that, none of y'all business. So no,
Well, I'm keeping my friends. I'm not getting rid of them.
oh, of course.
And it's up
Yes.
to you to find a man who is okay with that.
Yeah.
Exactly. My
Yes.
girlfriend, my wife is
Right.
gonna be super strong and
Right.
that all of my
Exactly.
friends are women.
Exactly.
So yeah, you just gotta
Yes.
lean in.
Now, last week we touched on this whole controversy with H&M, and soon as we went off air, we found out a lot of craziness was taking place. They closed down several stores. This, of course, all
Why
happened
do we all
overseas.
smile?
I know, I'm excited. We started this movement or whatever. But we're trying to figure out, like, with the whole vandalizing these stores and just showing out the way these people have been showing out, do you feel that it hurts or helps the cause? Does it make us look better or worse in this situation?
I think it's indifferent. They're always going to see us as worse. No matter if we stood there with wings on and halos, it's still going to be an issue. So I think this looks better, especially in South Africa, where most of the population is white and they still had apartheid until the 90s. So racism was alive and well until 20 years ago. So the fact that black people came out in drones in South Africa was exciting because, like we said earlier, I thought it was Detroit or Chicago or something.
Yeah.
But to see that it was South Africa, I'm like, that's what's up. So the concept came back to, I guess, black is black all around the world.
Right.
True.
And I think it served to prove that.
I like a good protest. I think you should get you a good old protest going on it all the time.
I wish I was born in
I always feel
Detroit.
some kind of way when you go into place of business and just go crazy and vandalize, like riots and
The riots in the 80s.
I agree. I want to get a riot. I think it's good.
See, I think she's just trying to get some
I
merchandise.
do.
You know what I'm saying?
I
think I'm
She's trying to get
you
some
should-
merchandise.
You should I don't want no
She don't want this
gangster.
monkey
First
suit.
of all, that monkey suit. I don't want that suit. I just think you should tear some stuff up.
I'm with it.
Yes.
Listen,
I might be on the opposite end of this spectrum because I'm just, look, point me to the clearance rack, and then I ain't got no way about going in. So I can post a picture of me taking their bag on IG.
so you don't believe chaos breeds order?
But why waste your energy on?
Was it energy when we walked in Salem? Ooh, I went there.
Ooh.
You went there, listen.
Oh my
Was it? I'm just saying, was it energy when we?
I think that a part of, in my opinion, like with the civil rights movement, you had people going crazy, throwing stuff,
And then you
setting
had
stuff on
people
fire,
talking.
and then you have people talking, and you have a comfy medium. And I think that's always necessary. It's never okay to just ride and
Very
tear
true.
stuff up by
I
It's
do.
never
You
okay to
have
just sit and talk
You have
either.
to have the rhetoric
We've
behind it.
already,
You have to have
we've
both
walked,
sides
we've
behind it.
held hands, we
Don't
have
worry.
cried, we have
And we
went to
broken
the Lord,
stuff,
and
we
we have
broken stuff.
Yes,
and
no,
we
but
broke
we have
fire.
not really broken the system. That's what we need to break.
Exactly.
We need to break that all
But
the way
tearing up
down.
an H&M
You
store
know,
is
I
not
always
breaking no
agree.
That's
system.
true, but it
Because
did.
they got
It's a
money.
start. It's a start.
I'm on the fence.
So-
Stand for a little
I
bit.
think that
It's a start.
I think the only purpose that serves is to release some of the anger
The tension.
that we
Yeah.
have. It's just like tearing stuff up. It feels
Right.
good right then, but it's
then
not
it's
really
not serving.
productive.
But
It doesn't
I'm
serve
for a
purpose.
little bit of war.
And words have a really
I-
No,
good
I don't
feeling.
blame them. I don't blame
Yeah.
them. I'm not against it.
Right.
I just don't feel like
I'm
it's
totally for it, but I'm an anarchist,
Like,
so I'm
yeah,
totally
yeah,
like
yeah,
marching.
like, okay.
I don't march. I'm not protesting, but I totally
Yeah,
set
I'm
some
not.
fire.
Yeah,
Like, let's do
exactly.
it. Fire!
Yeah.
Off
Listen,
the shine.
burn
You
it
know
down.
what? I got. You know what?
But
We gonna come back.
what they did say though that it was they were saying that they were really looking like monkeys once they actually went in there and messed up the store.
Exactly.
Then they started to look like a monkey.
Yeah.
But I disagree with
We're
you.
gonna go to a commercial real quick and then we'll return
Okay.
with more shots fired. 'Cause
Okay.
Y'all showing out today. Yeah. Keep it locked right here to the switch.
Yeah. You got Q right here, Lane Styling in the building. 100 of the year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Something about the way the summer sun sets in the night. I can feel the glow slowly clouding up my mind. I'll take a dive, you know I'm not afraid. We'll make it right if you just come with me. You are a breath of fresh air, intoxicating my head. You are the dangerousness that I cannot resist. You came right out of nowhere, suspending me in the air. You are the dangerousness that I cannot resist.
Welcome to the switch.
Welcome back to the switch. Of course, we're still talking about some hot debates over here. Shots fired. And look at this face. I think I need to like really dig deep and make them talk crazy right now. All right, what's your limit when it comes to dating someone that was dealing with a friend or a family member in the past?
You've been with blood or friends, then you've already off the market. Like, if I see her, one of my homies or one of my close friends be like, dude, I used to, good day, man.
I think that's the worst thing to hear. He used to try to talk to me.
Right.
I don't really think I have no issue with it, because, I mean, as you grown, I mean, and if you're not no longer with me and now you with someone else, that's on you. Y'all two grown people. I no longer have anything to do with it. So I can totally take myself out of it and let y'all just be good and happy, because what does that have to do with me anymore? Nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
I'm not sleeping with nobody. Right.
That's from that point of view. Like, if my ex, like, if she wants to date him, your funeral, cool.
Right.
I don't care about that, but I wouldn't date a guy knowing he had been involved with somebody I knew. So on the other foot, like, it's easy to be like, I don't care.
Like, I only got a few male friends, and so if they slept
for
with
somebody
somebody
to
I
come
had,
into my life, me knowing he's been involved with anybody who I knew, that's a deal breaker to me.
Yeah.
What if the situation, you wasn't aware of the situation until
Right.
Do you tell
somewhere
him?
down the line?
Would you tell your friend?
It's
I
too
think that's a
late.
big debate. Do you tell? So you don't tell your friend they
That's
already
part-
dated?
that's part
Oh
of
yeah,
the
but it
conversation.
really wouldn't matter. And like I said, it doesn't matter to me. If I see my friend and she's now dating someone I dated, more power to
you
y'all.
probably gonna be sitting at
That's
Starbucks
right,
comparing
right.
notes.
down here in the back, I see y'all over there.
Right. Hey.
Like, yeah, this is
No.
bad.
How you doing? Exactly. Hey,
No.
I can be fine.
And I'm not waiting.
I don't have an issue.
If me and you were
Why am I
together and I found out
supposed to
you
be
were with
upset,
RJ
though?
and he didn't tell me, I'm not talking to either one of y'all for a minute.
Yeah.
I'll probably let you know.
But do you see what I'm saying? And that's my thing. Like, tell me.
I'm interested
Yeah,
to
I
know
would
why
let you know.
how you're kind of offended by that. When I think that men are more so forgiving in those situations than maybe
That's
women.
because men are more like
Yeah.
dogs, and that's
Yeah.
the problem.
Well, I'm
Maybe
more
if men
like
were
a
more
mama
mean.
said, like a dog,
Exactly.
you know.
We got you.
Because
I feel you. Go ahead.
Cause I'm like, whatever.
It's not about
when
whatever,
I'm-
it's
but
the-
I'm done.
Yes, I am too. But at some point,
You know, it's
how many million
over.
people? It's a lot of people out there. You can
Yes.
find somebody else. But if y'all in love and y'all get married, I'm not gonna knock it. But if you slept with my first cousin, I'm coming to the wedding.
Now, family particularly, that is so nasty.
You're right.
For one, it's
You slept with my
so
cousin? It's a wrap.
That's nasty. And even my ex, for
What
my
if you
ex
didn't
to
know?
start dating a family member. So if you're my family member and you know me and you know what we went through together,
Oh,
you
then you
know-
definitely-
Well, of
Yeah.
course.
But
Now,
that's
that's
a different-
that's a
that's a
different
different
story.
situation.
Look at her face. That's a different.
I think
That's
friends
It's
a
just
are
like,
in
I
a
would
different
just-
area.
I wouldn't
Right.
even be so much mad. I wouldn't think very highly of you.
Right.
Now him, I wouldn't be surprised. But you know,
I like if me and her
that's why
broken
that's
up.
why they would be
Yeah.
an ex, because you're done with them. But
True.
for a
Right.
family member to do that,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
nasty.
I wouldn't think
Yeah,
highly of
that's
myself.
If it's family or close friends, like, granted, my friend circle is small, but if I'm like, I was with her, and they're like, oh, I didn't know you did.
Oh.
Well, if you don't know though, if you literally get into a relationship with someone and they're dating one of your exes or however,
And
you
no
put
one
it,
tells you.
and you didn't know, and
If
then
I- or
all
me.
of a sudden y'all show up at the family
If ignorance is
reunion,
bliss,
and all of a
y'all
sudden
got
you're
two
like,
kids.
I'm finna marry him,
Right,
girl. But
right.
I used to do him. Okay,
Oh.
well, it is what it
See,
is.
that's the problem.
You got it on
Who
the
brought the
ring.
ribs?
I go to the family reunion every year, so I
That would be
know.
a-
That's
that
the
would be a
question.
deal
Who
breaker.
brought the damn
You
ribs?
know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, when we get in the car, we're bringing up.
Exactly.
It's
Really?
like-
You done with it like that? No,
I
I'm
would
saying
be-
you were about to get engaged. You all were about to walk down. You're gonna leave them just like that. Wow.
See.
No.
Well, man, Nikki,
Well, it wasn't
we
love.
don't
It
understand.
wasn't
It wasn't
love.
love.
Hey, love is not all it takes.
Love.
Just saying, love is not all it takes.
I'll just be like,
No, I like, you know
didn't
what? I might still love you, but
Right,
it's like
but I'm not
my
gonna
pride
love any-
will my love will take a backseat to my pride a lot of the time. And I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
finna mess.
It ain't even
with
pride, that's just
nobody.
nasty.
Well,
you should
you
know
know,
better.
I'm not. I think
I
too
said you
highly of
didn't
myself. And to me, that's like some of the most backwoods Alabama shit ever. To just be dating and sleeping with and kissing and
I
dating.
said if you don't know now. Don't put me, I ain't saying
We
that.
are in Alabama.
Right, we
I want you to join the discussion though on our Facebook page at The Switch Live. Be sure to let us know what you feel about the situation. Do you side with me and Nikki? We Phyllis
Dirty
Gang.
Baton Rouge,
Just-
Alabama.
stupid.
Oh,
Nasty.
dirty, nasty.
Keep it locked right here. We'll be back on the switch.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them. Beat them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a
One
dad
more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
Well, you know I can't sit still, so I had to hit the road to Florence, Alabama this week to check out a hidden gem in the city known as the Z. I recently did a show there and I fell in love with it, so I cannot wait to introduce you guys to it. Of course, y'all know it's my honor and my duty to introduce you guys to some hidden gems across the nation. One of them being right here in my own backyard, Florence, Alabama. I'm literally from Tuscany across the bridge. And I have pretty much just not been exposed to this place for real, for real. We're at the Z Playhouse, and I'm here with Amanda and Amber. They're going to give me a little background about this place. First of all, how long has this place been here?
This place has been here as a theater since 1972.
Okay.
We have only been running it since June 1st of last year.
Okay.
Before that, it was for about almost 10 years. It had been mostly dark, been used as a rehearsal space or for auditions, and occasionally would be rented out for an independent production. And the building was sold, and they decided, the other theater group that had it decided it didn't make financial sense for them to keep paying for a second place. They have a large theater just up the street, and it is the home for so many people have roots here. All people that are now working in the business all over the country.
Okay.
And we were all really, really sad to see it go away. So we put together a group to keep it open as a venue for the community.
Okay, so I know you guys do plays here. I heard before we start rolling tape, you mentioned like a private parties that you may do here. What is actually the many uses that you've come to make happen for this place?
Endless possibilities.
There really are. If you can think of it, we can probably do it here. It's primarily a playhouse for stage plays, but we've also done concerts here and comedy shows, improv classes. We have an acting workshop that's going on right now. What else have we done?
You named everything.
It's been a whirlwind since the beginning of June. We've done over 20 events since the 1st of June.
Okay, well, I actually got to grace this stage just some months ago. Last year I hosted a comedy show here. Fun. Energy is fun. It's a very intimate space, but it still feels so huge. How do you maintain this whole atmosphere when people, that just draws people here that they know that this is a magical place?
It just is. I don't know. That is a question I can't answer. We've had people here. One of the concerts that we had during Handy Week last year, we had a local band, and they had some friends who are actually from a band from California that they invited to come in and open for them. And they were on their first tour, and they came in and they fell in love with it. And they just said the energy here is so great. It has such a good vibe. People say that all the time when they just walk in the doors.
What is something that you want to see happen for the Z?
Oh, we want to be able to open it and be a part of the community, to help the community. It's not just about what we want to do here. It's opening it up and keeping it affordable so that people who are just starting out can come here and try things. It's a small space. It's not terribly expensive. You don't have to worry about tearing up a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So you can take risks because you haven't sunk $5,000 into doing this show.
Okay, well, one big question I want to know is what makes you different?
We are more of a venue at this point than a production company. What that means is if you have a play you want to do, you don't have to worry about applying to be a part of a season and working it through a board and getting it approved, and you don't have all of that. You call us and you say, hey, I want to do this play. And we say, when do you want to do it? Yeah, okay, the calendar is open then, or we can't do it then, but we could do it 2 weeks later or whatever, and you come in, you do it.
Now, for anyone that's out there watching and they want to find out how to come and make this a part of the community, like you said, that's your dream and that's your goal, how do they get in touch with you so that they can actually start making this place a part of the community?
We have a website. It's www.historiczodiacplayhouse.com. We are also on Facebook. You can like us there, and we always post everything there, all of our events. We have event pages on there. You can follow us on Twitter as the Zepians. You know, it's a play on thespian, but
Okay.
THEZ.
Okay.
PIAN.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There and on Instagram, but Facebook is our primary social media.
Okay.
You can send us an email through there. If you go to our website or Facebook, it has links to our email, or you can call us at 256-768-5586. You can send us a Facebook message. If you go online and Google Historic Zodiac Playhouse, all of our contact information just pops right up.
So basically, there's no reason and no excuse to not contact these two young, lovely ladies here to let us know how you could be involved with the Z. Make sure you make that happen. And anything else you guys want to relate to the viewers?
If you have a project you've always wanted to do, come do it here, please. We would love to work with you. We have a couple of different options to try to keep it affordable so that people can bring their dreams to life. Whether it's in a stage play or whether it's music or film, we just got a new projector and screen. So if you have a film you've been working on and would like to screen it, we can do that here.
Okay.
So we're adding and remodeling things all the time. So.
Magic. All right, well, we will be back right here on The Switch. Welcome back to The Switch. I'm here with my niece and my nephew to get a little insight of what's going on with Millennial Perspective for the week.
Okay, and this week we go switch it up on you, and we're going to give you guys an inside scoop on the two of us, Kareem and Kiki. And everyone make sure to tune in. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome.
Snapchat. He snapped me.
Well, I've been stalking her for nah.
He snapped me a couple times. But let him tell it, it went differently than that, I think.
Well, I sent her a snap initially, and told her she was beautiful, and I wanted to take her out on a date.
He snapped me one time, and he said he complimented me, and he was just like, "This is the best thing I've seen on my timeline all day," something like that. So it was really casual. I was like, "Thank you." And then the next time he snapped me, he actually asked me on a date.
And from there, it's been magic ever since.
It was like right when he asked. It was different because he asked differently. He wasn't trying to like chill.
I've been seeing her, I was seeing her, and there's something about her like face and her eyes that just stood out to me. I don't know, I still can't explain it now.
He wasn't trying to come to my house. He asked me to actually take me on a date, like the movies and dinner.
And well, yeah, I guess it took a minute, but initially when I asked her to go on a date and to the movies, it was really quick. It was that day, so
it was the first time he asked. He had snapped me a while ago though, and I had seen him in my timeline, and he was cute. So.
The first date was really, really cool.
He was late. He was really late to the first date, but he was so cute. So I was probably more lenient than what I normally would be, because he was really cute and he was sweet. I think that's what was different, is he was just such a sweetheart. He was so nice. Like, I called him and he was like, I was late. So if he later than me, it's like, where are you at? But he was so nice.
We went to the movies. We went to see the movie with Kevin Hart and The Rock. I can't think of.
He was really sweet. So I sat and I waited, and then by the time we got into the date, I remember we were in the movies,
we had a good time. We talked all the way through the movie. We didn't even get to watch the movie.
And it's something that I don't typically like in other people, but I just kind of fell in love with right then. He was just so loud.
I can't think of the movie, but
Like he was just talking out loud. At one point, he just let out this huge laugh at a part that nobody else even thought was funny, but it just like made my heart melt. Like it was so cute.
we talked all through dinner, so it was different for me because you know when you go on the first date, you have a game plan in mind, you know, and you got a certain coolness you want to keep, a certain bravado. But I lost it. Like I forgot my whole game plan, and we just talked and had fun the whole time, and that's when I knew. That's when I knew. Oh, first time she cooked for me.
I feel like that's the answer that I should know the answer to.
Simple, nothing else.
I really feel like I said, I feel like that when we were in the movies that night and he just let out that big laugh, I feel like that's when I started to feel like I was in love. But I didn't know what it was then. But that's the feeling that I can now identify as being in love.
She's an awesome cook. So the first time she cooked for me.
It's something we talked about that night on our first date. I'm really open about that, so I'm surprised I ain't telling on Snapchat.
It was cool because I love kids, especially when she told me it was a boy. I was like, oh, I can mold him.
If I didn't do it that way, but I'm pretty sure we just had a conversation about it that night because I'm really, really open about having a kid because he's a big part of who I am. So that's not something I would have wanted to do.
I can mold him. He's gonna play basketball. He's playing basketball now and no football. We don't do football. So it was great.
I would have to give that to Kareem.
I think I'm the most ambitious.
But I'm creative and I'm like a dreamer, so sometimes I can kind of fit, you know.
Everybody out there is more ambitious than I am.
And he's more like task oriented.
So I guess really cocky, but yeah, I'm cocky. So
Than I am. So that's why we work well together, is because I'm creative and he's task oriented, so it comes together really nicely.
she's the most prettiest. That's the answer. But I'm the most ambitious.
He's really goal oriented.
She's so good with her words. I love how good she is with articulating her thoughts into words.
He's really task focused, and one thing about him that I think makes him the best role model is that he has really good character.
She's really tactful with her words, and also she's very smart and she's very ambitious. Not as ambitious as I am.
Like he is very kind-hearted. And he's just a good person. You know what I mean? Like
she's like the picture perfect woman. You know, she's like the picture perfect woman and what a woman should be. So
you'll meet people who they do good things or they have good tendencies, but overall he's a really good person, and you could tell that just by being around him.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and it's never too early to start thinking about sweets for your sweets, or even something for yourself. Tammy 360 is here to cater to all your taste bud needs, with everything from cinnamon rolls to chocolate-covered strawberries, even Kit Kat cakes, and so much more. Contact us now on Facebook at Tammy 360, or check out our webpage, Tammy360.com, or you can check us out on DemiTV.com. Don't miss out.
Welcome back to The Switch. This is probably one of my favorite segments of the show right here. We get to introduce you guys to some new talent, some independent talent that you may not come across every day. And you may be familiar with my guest right here. Wade was on season 2 of The Voice on Team CeeLo. Out here representing very hard. Got a new project out. We're going to talk about all of this. But first of all, give it up for him. All right, so I know this was in 2012 when you was on The Voice. Season 2 was a new competition. Everybody was pretty much about American Idol, but The Voice came in, and it was a different way of being picked and showcasing talent. First of all, let me know about your experience from The Voice, and how real is reality TV?
My experience on The Voice, it was great. I was like 18, to be like, going out to Cali, because we stayed out there for in a total for 3 months. because they flew. We did the local auditions in Nashville. Then they flew the top 200, I guess, from around the U.S. out to Cali for a week. We performed in front of some executive producers. They flew us back home. Then they flew the top 125 back out. We stayed out there for like a month. Then we did the blind auditions, and then they flew us back home. Then we flew back out there for another month and prepared for like the battle round. So 18 to be in Cali for free, and they gave us money too, like stipend.
Again, we like free stuff, right?
Who doesn't?
Gotta love it. So how did that experience help you and drive your passion for your current and your future projects?
It just put a lot of things into perspective, I would say. Like I said, being 18 and is a blessing, because it's like for God to put me in that situation to get that far as I did my first go around, you know, because a lot of people weren't as blessed. You know, there were people out there that were. It was only the second season of The Voice, but but before that they had auditioned for other shows like hundreds of times, time after time, and yeah, I didn't, I made it to the battle rounds, but to make it that far, like, amongst, I was like the youngest person there, you know what I mean? Like probably like the second youngest.
Okay.
It was like a chick, she was like 16, but I was like 18, so we were like the two youngest around. It put a lot of things into perspective, getting to interact with so many other creators, other vocalists, other artists. You know what I mean? Yeah, you run into all different types of personalities. It gave you a taste, I guess, what it's like Hollywood, because we had the reason we spent time out there months at a time doing makeup, wardrobe, rehearsals, everything, like a routine every day. Everybody had a schedule, so it's like this is what it's like.
Okay.
And as far as how real is reality TV, it all depends. I'll say this about The Voice. The blind auditions thing, that's real. They really don't know who's behind them. After that,
Did you ever want to slap somebody? Okay, no, don't answer that.
No, I will tell you, though. I will tell you, we're cool now, but I was on Team CeeLo with, like, other people, and it was just, like, I forgot his name, but he was like a rock-type singer. He was real cool, but I was rehearsing in my room, and, like, he was, like, one of them sticklers. Like, he was very particular. He came knocking on my door. Do you mind turning that down just a little bit? I was like, cool, man. So I guess I didn't turn it down enough. So he came. He was irate, too. He was like, now, look. and so we kind of got into it. He was like 30. I was like, why you 30 getting into it with an 18-year-old, bro? Like, what's wrong with you?
See, and he meant that because he's irate.
He was, hey.
Spell that one. All right. So tell us a little bit about your project, Coffee. I know it's been out for a little minute. I know it's been making its rounds. I've been seeing posts about it and everything. Like, for real, before I met this guy, I was hearing his name. So I was like, I have to have him on my show. But tell me a little bit about Coffee.
Somebody hearing your name before they know you is not always a good thing.
Not always a good thing.
But Coffee is really just a reflection on, the concepts that we all familiar with, like life, love, religion in a way. Pretty much it's like a reflection of my upbringing, and the relationships I developed with is really based around a certain woman in my life at the time. You know what I mean? Well, it was like past tense because we had already broken up, but it was like a reflection. That combined with just my upbringing, my mom. Yeah, the overall driving theme is like love. You know what I mean? Like black love, like elevation. So, yeah, like with the intro track, Flavor, it's about that vibe, that unspoken like vibe that you might have with a certain individual, and trying to take it to that next level. And you got tracks like Maneuver, where I talk about my mom and how she was an intelligent, incredible, strong, African American woman, and raised me and taught me how to maneuver through certain situations. So the overall theme of it is, love. I kind of wanted to take it back to like how the 90s made you feel, just a vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, so that type of thing. I try to make whatever I do a little soulful.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Got you. My man B. Louie up here. I know he got a question for my man right here. What you got for him?
Yes, sir. So, from going around different cities that you've been to, tell us your craziest fan experience. The craziest fan experience, I was just in Chattanooga a couple of weeks ago, and I had some people like recognize me, remember me from the voice. It was like very random, but very cool. I'll say this, the most touching fan experience, it was like right here in Huntsville. I was at the back when I was eating McDonald's. I was at the McDonald's on 53, and like this teenage girl, she was like, "Oh my God, you're Wade Brown," and like she started crying, and I was like, "Oh wow." She's like, "I'm such a big fan of yours," like, and I was like, "Wow, I didn't know it could get like that real." You know, music really is a vessel. You know, music is a tool.
All age groups, you know?
Yeah, man. So I would say, I don't know how crazy that is. You know, I ain't had nobody chase me down yet. And like that,
I think it's pretty dope. The only time I made a female cry is I stubbed her toe.
Oh.
I mean, she had on heels. They was open toe. I just took that big toe out.
That'll happen.
I got some tears, but it wasn't.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
Well, you know how it goes down. I want y'all to give a big round of applause to my man Wade Brown. We'll be right back with his performance right here on The Switch.
You were told never to set foot in Catherine again. You were told you would be arrested if you ever came back here.
You and your friends better thank God that I'm exactly who I am, and I did exactly what I did.
Starting with slut, tramp. 40 years ago, I come home to find my 15-year-old daughter in bed with my fiance.
How many times must I tell you to obey me when I speak?
Where do you get off setting foot in Catherine again?
Welcome back to The Switch. Now for that live performance, I performance you from my man Wade Brown. Give it up to him. He's performing the song Sincere right here on The Switch. Give it up.
You got perfect timing. Your conversation captured me. Girl, I don't mind it. Life had me back into a corner. Then I walked into your aura. Got caught in your ambiance. And it felt so sincere. So sincere, baby. So sincere. The energy we shared, it felt so sincere. So sincere, baby. So sincere. When you showed me who you are, I believe you. Mama told me don't trust no one, 'cause drama hangs around just for fun. But somehow I see truth in you. Never thought I'd see such genuine eyes. Your vibe ain't lie. Don't know if this could be, but I feel good for now. I hope you stay around. And if you let me down, then girl, you had me fooled. But I've got nothing to lose. Right now my heart approves. You woke me up like coffee in the morning. And it felt so sincere. So sincere, baby. So sincere. The energy we share, it felt so sincere. So sincere, baby. So sincere. Look, when you showed me who you are, I believe you. And every part
Such an unusual crime. Shit is almost too sublime. But I will do the time if you stick with me through the grind. Until we both see my name all over the internet. I fucked your mind and you came all over my intellect. A real blessing, let's have a chill session. I've been ready to eat you all week, I'm meal prepping. Wake up to you like an alarm clock by the bed. I was walking down the street and got stopped by the feds. They said Wade Brown is a warrant for your arrest. Witnesses say you stole a heart from an open chest. Woo. I said, yup, it's on Fox and all over CNN. Somebody snitching, I knew they ain't want to see us win. I had to throw them off and try to dip, so I raised 4 fingers up and said, I'm from the 5th floor. Soon as they stop to think about it, I jetted, and now I'm headed to wherever your head is. I feel safe in your mind. Cause you think so much of me, and I really hope they don't shoot me down. I hope I make it in time. But if they do, it wouldn't be nothing new. Just add my name to the list of all the other black lives that matter, and just say Wade will be missed. And God, I hope y'all cooking when I get up there. Tell mama save me some grits.
Woo woo! And a chicken wing. Get a chicken wing, Jesus. I wonder what he put his chicken in. Crisco? I don't know. But anyway. Y'all get up on my man Wade Brown. Y'all be sure to head to DemiTV.com. Find out how you can win a copy of his latest album, a coffee, and, of course, that bonus performance. So keep it locked right here to The Switch.
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of The Switch. You know how to keep the conversation going. Be sure to connect with us on our Facebook page, The Switch Live. Also, exclusive bonus content on DemiTV.com. We'll be back next week with more laughs, more jams, of course, more shots fired, and yeah, just be here. Ain't nowhere else to be. Keep it locked. Switch.
We bring the fresh and the new vibe, yeah. Every week we be going live, yeah. We on, and I just wanna tell you to come join us to the Switch. Don't need to let it go, and you can get comfortable. Welcome to the Switch.